Have you guys ever, this might have happened to me recently, have you ever gone to the doctor and had to feign ignorance about a drug because they start prescribing it to you and you don't want them to see how excited you're getting? Might have happened to me recently. I was dealing with some anxiety stuff, but I went to the doctor and he was like, well, Jack, we could try Xanax. And I was like, Xanax? Xanax? Doctor, I have not heard of this. What did you call it? Xanax? Xanax. What a funny word. Tell me, doctor, what would be the effects of this Xanax? And he was like, well, Jack, it's a muscle relaxer that we can maybe use to take the edge off your anxiety, but you have to be careful because some people start using it recreationally and they become addicted to it. And I was like, scoundrels, doctor. Scoundrels. Doctor, I consider those people liars and cheats. I, for one, would never take this Xanax and then drink 2 beers and then get on an airplane. Never. I don't think that would feel like time travel at all. Sorry, I don't know why I'm so elastic today. I don't usually do that. This isn't like my thing, but I'm like, what if I stood like an S? It's really nice. I'm working some stuff out. No, I don't do drugs anymore before Thursday. So like I don't do that. I'll be honest, I did go through a drug phase in my, I smoke weed and drink beer, like that's kind of it, but it used to like really not be it. Like it used to not be it, right? Like I'm 31, when I was like 25, it was a very different thing. But I want to be clear, like I did do drugs, but I didn't do them in a way that was like cool. Like I don't want to glorify it, it really wasn't, like you know how some people do drugs in a way that they write songs about? No one will ever write a song about the way that I did drugs. Like I was at my friend's birthday party recently and I was talking to this girl who I didn't really know, it was like a mutual friend, but we were comparing our drug phases. And she had been like a hot party girl, which is very much not what I was. And she was talking about how she had literally taken a pill in Ibiza. Like she had literally done that. She was like, I took a pill in Ibiza at an all-night rave called Amnesia. And it was amazing. I'm like, that's so crazy. I took a pill in New Jersey at a sports bar called Connolly's that closes at 2. And it was Wednesday. She was like, I took that pill in Ibiza, and man, I danced on the beach for hours. For hours. And it felt like flying. I'm like, that's so crazy. When I took that pill at Connolly's, I masturbated in a public bathroom. For hours. And it felt like flying. My friends would come and knock on the stall. They'd be like, Jack, are you jerking off in there? And I'd be like, no, I'm jerking off up there. Cool, you guys are fun. You wouldn't imagine how many audiences retreat when I say that joke. When that joke bombs, nothing feels worse. Ever in life. This is kind of a random thing. I just was on a little solo trip in Europe, not to brag, whoops. And I don't know if I was in Berlin, which was great, but is anyone in here German? Okay, good. So like, because here's the thing, Germany, I don't know, this isn't gonna make sense maybe, but I felt like everyone was lying to me. Like the way they sound, their accents, not to make fun of an accent that's not here right now, but all of their accents constantly sound like they're hiding something. And maybe I'm biased because like as an American, I feel like we have such a good accent for lying to someone. Like I really think when you hear us, we're just like, I would never do that to you. Scout's honor. And then I went to Germany and they were all just like, what's me? No, I would never do that. No. What are you even saying right now? That is crazy. I would never think that the third time is the charm. What? No. It was really fun. I love being in Europe, dude. I was by myself, and I gotta tell you, I'm such a slut for like an old church. I'm such a little hoe to just sit in a church that I don't even know what denomination it is. But you just knock on a door, you're like, "Are you guys open?" And they're like, "We are always open." And I'm like, "All right, it's church." I just love that shit. I grew up, I'm not religious anymore, but I did grow up religious. And when I was there, like, I gotta say, like, sitting in those churches, I remembered when it worked for me. I don't judge people who it works for still. I don't. I think it's a beautiful thing. But for me, I was sitting in those churches. I was like, I kind of get it. Like, I think as an adult, church makes more sense to me than it did when I was younger. Because, like, if you're like, I don't know, if church is about being forgiven for your sins, I have those now. I just told you a story about masturbating in a public bathroom. Like, I have sins. When I was going to church, like, as a kid, I didn't have... Dude, it's like... I had to go to confession when I was, like, 7. You don't have sins when you're 7. You have nothing to confess. It's so scary. You're at Little League practice, and your mom's just like, well, it's time to go tell the priest what you've done. And it's terrifying, and you don't have anything. At 7, you go into confession, you're just like, I stole my brother's bike, and my mom told me to be home before 6, and I wasn't. And it's just, do you think a kid in confession ever said anything and a priest was like, oh my God. Oh my God. Like, you think a kid ever went to confession and was like, I've been writing letters to the San Francisco Chronicle under the name Zodiac? And the priest was like, oh my God. Holy shit. Jesus Christ.